Hey guys, Spraytropolis here, and welcome back to City Skylines, and we are going to be continuing our little playthrough here in the Mountains of Zion. I think today we're going to make an effort to connect the highway up a little bit better, maybe one here on this side, as well as I'd really like to be able to have this somehow come up and connect to everything up here. Like, I'd really like to be able to continue the city around down here in this little valley, and have a highway system that connects up to here. That would be great. I think what we're going to end up having to do, though, unfortunately, is maybe it has to come all the way around over here, even. I don't know. Anyways, this one should be substantially easier to connect over here. We're just going to come down probably here, this way, and then connect up to the highway. Should be pretty easy, I would assume. Anyways, it's going to probably be very similar to this highway that we have down here, where it connects. And hopefully everybody's going to love it. We have quite a lot of traffic over here. I'm actually intrigued that there's that much. We built this little industrial area to take advantage of this, shipping or freight car, and it's actually working out really great. I didn't think it'd be that awesome, but there's a lot of people using the Zigzag of Doom now again, and we were able to, have this here too, which is extremely busy over here. Huh. We may need to, revise this a little bit. Anyways, whatever. I'm just going to leave that for now. The traffic's not too bad, and it's not really making a tailback either. Because this is kind of a low-use part of the city, except for, of course, this. So that's fine. Alright, we have our little 3-mile island over here still, with our nuclear power plant on it. Probably going to end up leaving that alone for the better part of this series. Alright, so let's get started with this highway here. We're also trying to save up $1.5 million so we can build the space bridge. That's going to make so many tourists. I'm just preparing myself mentally for how many freaking tourists there's going to be. And then I also have to figure out how we're going to attach the highway up here. I think the best thing to do is probably going to be just something like this. Like, we're going to have a loop on this side. Like, let's go up. We're going to go up 2. Okay, alright, I want to measure this out a little bit with the regular roads. So we're going to go 2 bars. No, actually just 1. Well, here, let's have that 90 degrees. Let's just get this for the 90-degree angle. Alright. That is not the center. Alright, there we go, that's right in the center. Okay. Alright, that's perfect. Now that we know where our center is, it's going to be a little easier. Okay, and let's go ahead and get rid of this. Alright, we're going to need to get this over there somehow, so this is going to have to go over here, which is fine. We're going to get rid of this. We'll just drag it over. And that'll work. Okay, and then we can probably just set it down. Back one, because it doesn't need to be flying. Alright, that's fine. Let's go ahead and just get this the correct way just to have it so. And we're just going to have this connect up to this highway over here. Which may not be the smartest idea because of exits and stuff. But it should be okay. Alright. So let's have this thing coming off. And I'm going to just have this go down one over here. And then we're going to turn it around and have it connect right there. That did not come out the way I wanted it to. Alright, I like the way we have it, but it needs to be different. I saw it turn blue over here for a second. Okay, let's get it underneath here. Alright, we're going to delete this. Alright, that's fine. Perfect. Alright, so we have an exit now, and then we probably need an entrance. So I think the entrance would be better served like going this way. But it looks like we're going to need to start it over here. Do we have a bridge in the way? Yeah. Alright, I think that's the exact point where we can... No, it needs to be a little further in front of the bridge entrance. Alright, that should be fine. Alright, and then we need just an exit and an entrance. Well, let's get the exits both on this side, so that should be actually pretty easy. Alright, here. Let's make this highway just a bit longer, so we have a little bit more room to work with. Okay, and then we're going to build this off here. And the way I'm going to do this is I'm going to have it curve. It's going to curve. It's going to curve back around here. And just attach right there, hopefully. Perfect. So we have our two exits first, and then we just need an entrance from this side. I think we might be able to sneak that in right here. Perfect. Great, so I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I think that's pretty much exactly what we needed. And we may add exits over here as well, just to make it more usable. But this is just the connection to the highway that we're worried about right now, so let's run this on a curve a bit, because I want it to connect over more towards that other highway that we have here. Okay. Alright, and let's run this bad boy down to all the way down there. Alright, we're going to do the same thing with the other side. If it'll let us, of course. Alright, that's beautiful, and it's so windy, it's awesome. Are you serious? It's not gonna freaking let me do that because it's like slope too steep. Alright, well we fixed that, didn't we? Alright, so that's all the right way now. Great. Alright, let's see if we can't figure out how we're gonna connect it over here. Probably a very similar way. I'm gonna have this actually curve out a little bit. We're gonna do like a little donut over here. I feel like those are a good way to do things. I like donuts too, they're delish. Alright, can we get this to fit? Can it fit? Oh well. Worst case scenario, we'll just do this. Alright, that's going to be slope too steep. So we're going to have to figure out how to do this. I think we're going to end up having to move this highway over a bit. So let's delete this a bit. Alright. Pull that back some. Alright, I'm going to make it a nice gentle curve this way. Here. We're going to also put this down on the ground. Okay, and then we're going to do the same thing for this side. Okay, and then we should be able to get this across now more easily. Oop, I think we got a little too close over here. That's fine, we can easily fix that. Alright, so now the trickiest part is going to actually be getting those ramps in here. Alright, so we want, for this guy, we probably want the exits over here. Alright, so this one's the easy exit. So you need to run that bad boy over here. Alright. This is going to be a little bit more complicated, but it shouldn't be that hard. Let's run this exit, so we're going to want the entrance probably to be like right here for this side. What the fuck? Slope too steep. How is the slope too steep? Explain this to me. Alright, well whatever. There we go. Entrance to that side. And then we also need an entrance on this side. See if we can't cram this in here. Oh, I saw it. Alright, and there we go. Okay, so we got exit going this way. Then we have an exit going this way. Now we just need an entrance from this side to connect over there. So let's see if we can't do that from maybe back here. This should be high enough to go over. Alright, that should work nicely actually. Now that we have both sides connected up, we should see what happens. Looks like we already got someone taking it. That's fantastic. Yep. It's already being used. That's great. Good. I'm glad that they're going to use it. Even if it's only a little bit, it's still good that they're using it at all. So yeah, it looks like we're getting a lot of industrial shipments over here. Am I correct? So this is an oil truck. Let's see, where is he going to go? He's going to go get on the highway going this way. Alright. Oh, we got a pretty big backup over here. Let's try and see what this is all about. It looks like we just don't have enough intersections going underneath this area. So let's see if we can add a few, like add a road over here. Oh, I see, because this road's really low. That sucks. Yeah, because this is like a really, really popular area. Alright, and then we can just go over here, maybe? And well, what the hell's going on with this train station over here? But we do now have an alternate route to get over there. But seriously, what the hell's going on? I guess those trains were just stuck? Or waiting for these guys? I don't know. Anyways, we could probably add another exit over here. Alright, I'm gonna try to connect this over there. Maybe not there, because that's already where we are congested. How about let's try moving over here. Oh, there we go. That's a little extra breathing room. And take some of the pressure off that exit right there. Maybe we can get another one of these going. Yeah, this is a lot of traffic over here. I'm trying to just discern where they're going and why it's so messed up. There we go, we got a little extra now going that way. We could probably have some more commercial over here. Apparently that's what we want too. And we need more residential as well. But we don't really have a good area for that because everything's loud. Let's see if we can't sneak in another nice industrial area somewhere. Or not industrial, but commercial. Or residential. None of the things that I said. Yeah, this is not making things happy. This road here is relatively unused, so I'm gonna let them exit onto that instead. Alright, let's see about this. I want to see if I can't cram one of these under here. Nice. Alright, yeah, and let's curve that up in there. And that's just another way for them to get on so they don't have to be keeping on using that one. And it looks like that did a really good job decongesting that area there, which I'm happy with. Yeah, it looks way better now. Let's go ahead and put a Paradox Plaza over here. We can put those near the highway because, you know, it's loud anyways, right? Alright, so you need a little bit more residential. That's cool. We can figure out where to put that. I mean, this little island over here is not being used at all. And residential doesn't really matter, so it doesn't make much traffic. It's really the industrial zones that produce a lot of trucks and stuff. They really need another freight rail over here. Are these guys all freight rail coming from down here? I wish we had an easy way to connect with the freight rail. Where's the railroad back here? It's okay, so it's back here. I mean, I think so there's a freight rail there. I think if we made one right here, it'd be closer. So let's make a freight rail over here. We're gonna make it off from the residential that we have over here. But we might as well have one over here because, you know, those guys are going like really hardcore, and it's really ruining that. Like, because there's people coming from all the way down here in the valley that don't need to be. All right. Well, that sucks. Alright, so we got an access that way. We just need an access coming from this way. Alright, those both look like they're working. That's great. Alright, let's get some, just some little turbine here. And we need to run water. That's fine. And let's make some creameries over here, because apparently we got a lot of dead people. How are these houses over here doing? Wow, they're actually pretty good. They're almost level 5s. That's nice. And cemetery is emptying, and looks like that they're already starting to use this. There was no turnaround for it. What we may want to do is we're going to set it up like this, probably. A little bit better idea. And then we're going to get all this to being a one-way. There we go. That's much more like it. Alright, so we'll have these guys going around here. I'm gonna not zone that area, but what we can do is just fill it up with like parks and shit so I don't forget to not zone it later. Alright, all the nice Paradox Plazas over here. Now we can probably surround this area over here. Where's the noise pollution end? So that's what I want to know. Alright, so it's pretty loud over there. We'll probably leave them alone for right now. Figure out some other place to build the residential that our city is craving. Alright, still haven't gotten a chance to get that stupid thing reinstalled that automatically demolishes those buildings for us. I gotta figure out how we're gonna be able to run this highway. We may end up having to cut off some of the Hugh Lumberjackmen, but let's see if we can't curve this around here. Alright. Alright, so that will curve. Alright, we can even slope it down that far. That's great. Okay. Let's see. Alright, so we probably need to just come back into this area over here. Let me see if we can't get over to the other side. Because it was giving us an issue earlier saying that it was too high. But we may be able to sneak it in now. Oh my god, this looks like a freaking Hot Wheels track. Alright, so we need to do like something similar to somehow get this other side down there. Yeah, unfortunately the end of Hugh Lumberjackman's gotta go. Alright, so luckily, at least it looks like for most of the way, we're going to be okay by just following the, semi-following the other path that we already did. Let's see if we can get down here. Alright, let's see if we can't get a little closer down. Whoops. We went a little bit too crazy on this here. Alright, and then we just need to rearrange this. I swear, I really hope it doesn't... this is like where it could possibly give us some like slope too steep bullshit. Which I really hope doesn't happen, because that's going to be really annoying. Wow, there's already people taking this. And that's like freaking ridiculous, too. Anyways, let's connect this back up over here. We'll give them another entrance as well. Wow, so people really are enjoying this, actually. That's great. I'm glad that they're going to make use of it. Because it's nice to have all of our highways connected up, and it's going to take off congestion from all the other routes that they could take, especially this lumber, maybe. Yeah, it looks like there's actually a lot of lumber just going down this route. And it's too bad that the train tracks are all the way over here. I'd really love to have a train track coming around over here, and running around the back here. That'd be... Actually, let's see if we can't run that real fast. Let's see if we can't get a train track to go up there. Alright, we're going to need a section off this way, and a section to come off from this way. I hate how it lies like that. It's like, oh, slope's too steep. And it's like, fuck no, it's not. I can literally, like, see that it's not too steep. This over here, on the other hand, may, in fact, be too steep. We're going to have to just do switchbacks. Alright, so there we go. Alright, now the question is, will this actually get used? Or actually even will we be able to get all the way across? Because it's saying that the height's too high here. Well, that's good that we got around that. This is going to be one insane train track. I'm going to be amazed if anyone actually even uses this, just because it's going to be so steep. Alright. Alright, so that should connect up right. Pretty sure. Oh wow, they're already using it. Freaking sweet. That's awesome. I figured they would. And now we can connect over here if we want we're gonna have a freight directly for our stuff over here only. Oh well, we already have that duh. We could even connect just this right up here. Oh, there we go, we got that connection right. Okay, let's see if we can't get a connection going from this side to the other side. Alright, that's working too. Sweet. These railroads going through the mountain, that's hilarious. And they're already using it too, which is just boggling my mind. I mean, I know we did a good job, I was just like not expecting it to take off this quickly. Alright, so it looks like we're going to have to be a little bit more creative here in how we do this. Alright, but that should work. We have both the exits we desire, I believe. But yeah, the trains now are all interconnected in extra ways that they were not before. We have plenty of stuff going around over here, so that's awesome. What do they want over here? What are they saying? Not enough buyers for products. Well, we do need more residential. Oh, and we have enough money for the thing, so I think we're going to put the space elevator here. So let's go ahead and start making our residential area here. And we're going to connect this up as our residential. So let's do that. We'll do that at the... This is just going to be a freaking long episode, or I may cut it into two. Anyways. Let's start off here with a nice little not that. Alright. And let's go ahead and plop down that thing so we can plan for it. Alright, I think that's great. It's going to be a shit ton of noise pollution, so we're going to have our residential area on that side. Alright, and we probably want to just connect straight up to the highway. So let's have the this side exit or entrance.